I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Impact segment tonight. 30 uncommitted voters joined Frank Luntz in St. Louis last night to analyze the debate. Now, I like these sessions because I believe regular folks, you guys, see things in perhaps a more fair way than the pinhead journalists do. Also, Frank dialed up the Trump apology on videotape. Joins us now here in New York City. So, the first thing we're going to see is the best moment for Secretary Clinton, correct?
Correct.
All right.
There's not that much to choose from, but we did choose the best we could find.
Roll the tape.
I think we've got to go where the money is, and the money is with people who've taken advantage of every single break in the tax code. And yes, when I was a senator, I did vote to close corporate loopholes. We have to make up for lost times because I want to invest in you. I want to invest in hardworking families. And I think it's been unfortunate, but it's happened, that since the Great Recession, the gains have all gone to the top. And we need to reverse that.
Okay, so even the Republicans are above 50%, and this is leaners because they are all uncommitted. Right. But on the uncommitted side, you ask them if they lean, which way they lean. So why was that so successful? Because she said that a number of times before, right?
She sounded like Bernie Sanders, and it was a little bit of the class warfare argument that we hear on the Democratic side. The reason why it worked is because people felt like she was fighting for them. There's too much from both political candidates that it seems like they want you to vote for them. In that clip, she was speaking on behalf of hardworking families.
Okay,
which is
so that's what resonated. Now, you made an aside that there weren't that many good moments for her. I didn't think she did that badly. I just think that Trump stepped up his game.
And yet he still had some weaknesses. Whenever he's defending himself, every time he goes back to trying to explain something he said or something he did.
He doesn't do it well, right?
He does it horribly.
Okay. Well, we'll get to his apology in a moment, but this was Trump's best moment, according to Luntz. Go.
There has never been anything like this where emails and you get a subpoena, and after getting the subpoena, you delete 33,000 emails. And then you acid wash them, or bleach them, as you would say, a very expensive process. So we're going to get a special prosecutor, and we're going to look into it, because you know what? People have been... their lives have been destroyed for doing 1/5 of what you've done, and it's a disgrace. And honestly, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Secretary Clinton.
Okay, now the reason you didn't see the other two lines was because it was off the chart, right?
It was practically breaking my system.
So because he was scolding her, that's what it was, right?
He was holding her accountable in a way that the media has not.
But he scolded her. You should be ashamed. You did all this stuff. And so the independents and the Trump leaners, that went off the chart. But even the Hillary Clinton leaners, it was above 50%.
And the reason why is as angry as they are with Donald Trump and his tax returns, and how they still feel that he needs to release them, which obviously he won't, they're much more upset over Hillary Clinton and her emails. Trump's tax returns are about his own personal life. Her emails are about government and national security.
Exactly. Right. Okay. So that was Trump's best moment in the whole hour and a half.
Because it represents accountability, which is something that they believe is not happening in Washington.
Well, it's also not happening to Hillary Clinton because she doesn't do a lot of interviews, and the press, obviously for Donald Trump,
which is a smart
rooting
strategy
against Donald Trump.
By the way, if I'm her,
yeah,
I actually would go to the Tower Bridge in London, and I would stay there for the next 28 days.
Yeah, and she will. She's going to hide out, I think. All right, here is the Trump apology on videotape. Go.
I've never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. I've said and done things I regret, and the words released today on this more than a decade-old video are one of them. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize. I've traveled the country talking about change for America, but my travels have also changed me.
I'd say he didn't do bad on that, right?
He didn't do bad, but the language was so awful. We can't show it here because these are words that Fox News will not put on television. And it was so low that the lines actually went below the screen. When voters got a chance, and very few of our uncommitted voters are the people who matter most, very few of them had actually heard the full words of what he said.
So you had to play that first, what he said, and then play his apology.
Correct.
That's how you set it up. So when you played the horrendous audio and video off the Access Hollywood bus, the lines went below sea level.
They were the worst of anything we've ever tested.
Okay.
It was even worse than Bill Clinton trying to define what the word is during the impeachment trial.
But the explanation, at least half of them bought it.
Because he actually said the words, I apologize, I'm sorry. But there's one problem, which is you notice he was reading from a teleprompter.
Yep.
I would have advised him to speak from the heart.
Yep.
It's okay to miss a few words. It's okay to stumble, because that's what we do in reality. In that case, he needed to be even more himself, even more sincere, and he should have done that in the debate as well.
All right, Frank Luntz.